there and welcome to Neophyte.tv, the technology show for the not-so-geeky. My name's Tiffany Young.
And I'm Ben Friedman, and we're here at day 3 now of CES here in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. And a little different today. Yesterday we saw some of the big corporate booths, the Sony and those big guys. Today we're going to take a look at some of the smaller booths you can find here at CES.
And you can find some amazing products at those smaller booths that you never would have thought of. So it's kind of like a treasure hunt. It's awesome. And hey, STM, thanks again for the wonderful sponsorship. We're having a great time. We had the bag giveaway and lots of people were fighting over them, so your product is very popular at CES.
Definitely, definitely. And by the way, a big shout out to Scott eVest, who gave us these wonderful jackets to wear. It kept us really warm here in the chilly air.
Yep.
I noticed that you have your sleeves attached, and I have taken the sleeves off. It's a wonderful and versatile way to wear.
Great material, tons of pockets without the bulge. Love them. Thanks, Scott eVest.
So let's go and get CES day 3. We'll be there in 30 seconds, so please stay tuned. So here we are with Ian Blush of Artificial Muscle, and they've got a product that I saw the word, I didn't know what it meant, haptic feedback. Ian, tell me, what is haptic feedback and what does it do?
Haptic feedback is really the simplest way is it's a sense of touch. Right now when you work with a cell phone or consumer electronic device, you've got the sense of sight and the sense of sound. Haptic feedback is really the incorporation of the sense of touch into your user experience with a consumer electronic device.
Now, before we get to the product, what does this mean for the porn industry?
It could be very interesting for the porn industry, if you can imagine more sense of touch and
I think I threw him off a little bit with that question. Okay, show me what it does.
Essentially right now what we've taken is a standard product, consumer electronic device.
It's an
iPhone, or in this case an iTouch, and what we've done is put our actuators along the bottom of the device. And what we can do is, normally when you see this, you have a visual sensation and you have a sound sensation. What we've allowed you to do is now touch it, and you can actually move the touch screen.
Can I try it?
You bet.
All right, let me do this here. Hold it. That's really actually kind of a little strange. So what's happening is, as I'm moving my finger over this, it's actually like a sensation of touching it. There's like little, almost like indentations, like you would be turning a stereo knob or something.
So as you can think about it, most of us are very familiar with the vibration that we get when a call comes in. Now, that's almost having just one tone. So you can imagine a music piece with just one tone, it's beep, 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 beep. What we've allowed you to do is put in multiple types of tones so that you can actually almost create a whole new language with the sense of touch. So your applications will become far more compelling, is that when you're using them, it's looking at it, it's hearing it, but it's also feeling the application.
It's like if you're typing on a keyboard, you can actually almost feel the sense that key is being pressed.
Exactly, and so how many of us have gone in and tried to type on it, and we think we've hit a key and we haven't hit a key? This can give you feedback, but as we showed you here, you can play games with this and make the application's far more interesting to the user than just the constant looking at it. And when we go to now with all the consumer electronic devices going into touchscreens, there's no sense of touch. So you have a touchscreen without a sense of touch. We're providing the technology to give you the sense of touch.
It makes no sense, a touchscreen without a sense of touch.
No feedback, but most of us want feedback.
Right.
And so once we get that feedback, it just makes it simpler. And so we're working right now with the consumer electronics vendors to sell our technology in to actually make both the hardware and the software more compelling.
Ian Blush, Artificial Muscle, thanks very much.
Thank you, Ben.
So I'm here with Matt Altschuh with V-Moda, and I was so impressed with your product when I walked by where fashion and technology meet. It is right up my alley. Tell me more about this.
What we have here is the Vibe 2 microphone with microphone. This is a product that came out in November of 2008. It's available exclusively at Apple and our website, vmoda.com. What it is really high-end headphones made out of stainless steel, full metal construction that has the inline microphone and call control features which work for the iPhone. They also work with any MP3 player with a 3.5mm jack. But the two things about this headphone is instead of it just being a regular consumer electronics, a boring gray or something like that, it's actually a very high fashion headphone, and so it blends from fashion to technology. So not only do they sound great, they look great too.
Love it, love it. love it. And what I especially love about these headphones is if you take a look at this, see how small, I've got small ears, I always have a problem getting the right size. So different fits, and this one fits me perfect.
Yeah, it actually comes with 4 different sizes of medical grade soft silicone, so you can find the right size no matter what size your ear is.
And how about the sound quality?
Sound quality is superb. These are specially tuned for bass lovers. You know, a lot of people say you can never have too much bass. Well, it's true. You can't have a little bit too much bass. So we tune this with a very, very heavy bass, but also not enough to overwhelm the mids and highs. So you have an absolutely great sound. Reproduces the music the way that the musician intended for you to hear it.
So I should be listening to these with something like "Baby's Got Back."
That would work. Whatever works for you.
Thanks, Matt, so much.
Thank you. Have a good day.
So you thought your flat screen TV was thin. That's nothing compared to the new Panasonic ultra thin screens featuring OLED technology. They're really cool. Come over here, take a look, and see how thin this is when you see it edge on. I mean, is that the most incredible thing you've ever seen? It is really, really super thin. I wish I was that thin, actually. So we're here now with Jane Pfeiffer from Ergotron, and I know what everyone's thinking is, boy, total excitement, monitor mounts. Monitor mounts, the most exciting thing you're going to see at the show. But actually, we came by here, we did see a couple of really cool things. What have you got that's cool here at CES 2009?
We have the world's first stand that will hold a notebook together with a separate display. And when you take your notebook off it, because you're often running to do your other computing, the display won't tip over.
Can you show us?
This is our NeoFlex combo stand. It provides for 5 inches of height adjustability, up and down. It's designed in such a way that you would put your docking station on the notebook portion, so you can just eject your notebook and go when you want, and the stand will remain in place. The interesting thing is that lots of users are using docking stations now because they don't want to keep unplugging and plugging in all their cabling. But when they're docked, they're keeping their notebooks closed, and they're not getting the advantage of the investment they've got in that display.
It's like you're wasting the second screen that you've already got.
They're wasting the second screen, and we just finished a survey that says when you have 2 screens side by side, you're getting as much as 25% more productivity work process-wise than just using 1 screen. And it's really simple these days. The Microsoft and Mac operating systems both support dual displays without any additional video graphics cards.
So you buy the stand, you buy a screen that has an industry standard VESA mount,
correct,
and then you can put your notebook probably on either side, I imagine, and the monitor on the other side. Consumer product or meant more for business?
You know, our focus is predominantly business, but we know that many companies have people working at home all the time. In fact, I'm working with a company in Minnesota where they're buying these for their engineers that are doing a lot of development work with flex time and gas prices, what they were. Lots of corporations are letting their employees work wherever they want to be.
So can you give me a price point?
This stand is $179.
Oh, no, that's very reasonable. I mean, that's not a price that only a business could afford.
No, absolutely not. And we also have a productivity payback calculator that lets people go into our website, payback.ergotron.com, put in the cost of a separate monitor and the stand, how many hours they spend on their computing device during the course of the day, and it will tell you how fast they'll receive their payback for making that investment.
Jane Pfeiffer from Ergotron, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Pleasure.
So I'm here with Yano Baek, CEO and founder of Radiant Technologies. This is a wireless surround sound system that's new this year.
Yeah, it's fun to be here, and we're showing you now this first early adapter kit that embodies THX Roomcaster technology. Allows you to have 7.1 surround sound uncompressed.
Wow, so that is very impressive, not only from last year technology to this year, but also THX.
Well, you know, THX means quality, and I hope consumers see that when it's THX Roomcaster, we're ready to go.
Right, and a great price point.
You know, at $19.99, we get this transmitter plus 6 speaker backpacks, give you a wireless 5.1 system. Away you go.
Yeah, and I know you can't be here in person to hear the surround sound, but it is very, very impressive.
I like to say it rocks.
Thanks, Deanna, I appreciate that.
Okay, thanks.
So my wife always says, you know, that guys who buy big things are compensating for something. So I'm not sure exactly what she would say if I brought home this huge 108-inch plasma LCD display from Sharp. It's absolutely giant-enormous. So here we are with Brendan and Jason from NCG Technology. You got a really cool device for the Wii. Tell me a little bit about what it does.
Basically, our device plugs into the existing control mechanisms for the Wii, and what we can do is project lower body motion along with the existing control mechanisms so that if you jog on the spot, your character would jog in a game.
When we're talking about projecting lower body motion, are you guys also going to be at the adult porn convention here this weekend?
I'm afraid not.
You don't have a game in for that?
No.
All right, so we've got Tiffany wired up here with this device here, and now instead of just moving, you actually have to jog to move. You actually have to keep moving. So this is a really great way to get people like myself off my butt and actually moving around.
Indeed.
And does it count calories and all that sort of stuff too, or can you tell how far you've jogged?
Yes, it does. So it counts the number of steps a person takes while he's playing the game, and it can convert that number of steps into calories so that you'd actually have an idea of how much energy you've burnt.
Now, if you're playing the game and you get tired, does that mean your character on the screen is going to die because you can't go anywhere?
Well, you have an option where you can actually turn it off, so put it in pass-through mode, so when you're tired, you can just simply press a button and you can go back to the regular control mechanism.
Okay, so you can turn it off, but when you want to actually get up and actually have a bit of exercise, turn it on and you'll be able to jog.
Indeed.
Around these different games. Does it work with all Wii games that move?
It works with any Wii game which uses a joypad to move your character around.
I see, okay, that's great. And it daisy chains, so you're now connected to the three things.
Indeed.
Price point?
Price point, we expect it to retail under $30 in the US.
Under $30 again. Jason, Brendan, thank you very much. You talk too much. I'm sure people tell you that all the time. That's great. Well, it looks like a fun product. Enjoy the show.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So if you want to check out my new ride, you just come over on here to the Pioneer booth here. Now, you know, my theory is that as long as you've got loud enough music, you really don't need anyone else to actually sit in the car with you or take any luggage. If you take a look in here, there's more speakers in this thing, and they're absolutely huge. The speakers in the back here would actually impress the guys that put up Stonehenge. I mean, they're vast. Take a look at the electronics in the back door here, and I mean, this is one car that will be bouncing up and down the road. In fact, I hear that if you run out of gas, you can keep going just using the stereo, and you steer with the balance control.
So, bring back the 80s and the Aquanet. Check out the brand new boom boxes. I'm here with Olivia Michelle with Let's Sonic. So tell me about this product.
All right, we started off as, it's called the i931, and it started in 1978 as a audio tape system, and now we got the iPod going on, and while it plays the iPod, it can charge it at the same time. And also, if you had a iPod video, you can transfer it through the aux to the TV, so you can watch it on your TV. And then we got USB compatible, SD card or MMC card for MP3 files. And what else we got? The tuner, perfect tuner. Right here we got 20 presets AM stations and 20 presets FM stations. And yeah, that's basically it.
So you could really actually take this and probably put it right back on your shoulder like you did in the 80s.
Right.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Fantastic. Oh, hey, what's this guy doing over here? Wait, what's that movie? John Cusack in what's the name of the movie?
Say anything.
Say anything. Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much. This is a fantastic product.
Thank you. Yes, it is. And we got a lot of passionate lovers of the 80s.
Yeah.
A lot.
And I'm one of them.
So that was day 3 of CES 2009 here at Las Vegas. Pretty amazing show so far.
Amazing.
Yeah, we have
Great
one
products.
more week left though. Yeah, and a big shout out to STM Bags. Thank you very much for the sponsorship.
Thanks, STM, very much.
Drop by the website, www.neo-fight.tv. Leave us a comment, let us know, and make sure you come back here next week because we've got one more week of CES coverage left.
And let me know, what was your favorite product? Let Ben know.
Yeah, let us know.
We might want to review it.
We would love to get one in here. So if you happen to have an extra 30 seconds, take a look at this.
Hey, I'm Andy Walker. Have you just bought a new computer with Windows Vista on it? Or maybe you've got an old XP computer that you're upgraded. Well, we've just created an amazing new DVD that'll teach you everything you need to know about the new operating system from Microsoft. It's called Getting Started with Windows Vista. In this DVD, there are 3 sections. One is out of the box, what you need to do as soon as you start up Vista. Number 2 is Vista Essentials, things you need to know every day to make your computer experience amazing. Antivirus, security, all kinds of new features that Vista offers. And finally, geek tips and tricks, things you need to know that nobody else will have told you to make you a Vista guru. For more information, check out our website at gettingstartedvideo.com.